All right, it's Bill here. Here's my thoughts on a Toronto Maple Leaf loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-1. I'm going to get a little fired up, I'll be honest with you. But let's start with this game. 4-1. First period, the Tampa Bay Lightning did not show up. This was a prime time for the Leafs to take this game. Tampa Bay were floundering. They couldn't get anything set up. But the Leafs came out flat. And why are you coming out flat against a team that's not playing? Yes, I saw the notes. Ryan Reeves threw some great hits. He did. He threw some great hits. Fantastic. Great. Did your job. We'll talk about just the fourth line experiment in just a second. But yeah, okay, the fourth line played great. First line, okay. The second, third lines were non-existent. It was flat. You had an opportunity to bury Tampa Bay in the first period, and the Leafs really didn't play well and still outshot them 10-4. And again, while they're playing good, they hadn't given up a shot yet. And then Jake McCabe happened. Listen, you can go back through all my videos. I know all you guys, you bitch about a lot of other defensemen. You have comments about it. Jake McCabe is an awful defenseman. If you had an NHL 24K game, I don't play any of those video games. The last time I played video games on hockey was probably like Sega 98 or something like that, or NHL 98 on the Sega Genesis. You had to take a goddamn game, plug it into a console, for God's sakes. That's the last time I played a goddamn video game. Well, because the hockey game's getting better, they should have this rating for hockey sense of hockey, way to play brain power to hockey. Jake McCabe would score in the negatives. It wouldn't even be close. He'd be in the negatives. The man is stupid. I can't give him the Jake Gardner Award, Scarecrow, for the guy who doesn't have a brain. If you only had a brain, but he's close. He's close to the Jake Gardner standard. What a moron. First period, what was he doing? Ty Domi gives him a pass, and he tries to one-time it back to him. Dummy, you're the last guy back. Throwing it out there. You're the last guy back. How about you receive the pass and make a play? No, you one-time it like a friggin' moron. Then you just sit around. What should I do next? The puck didn't go back to Max Domi. I'm just going to sit here. Oh, are they skating the other way? Oh, I'll try to throw a hit. Miss the guy. Penalty going to be called. 20 seconds later, it's in the back of the net. He's a moron. Now, he gets hidden a little bit by Benoit, but I didn't think Benoit had a great game tonight. At the end of the day, that is moronic. What are you doing? You are the last defenseman back. Domi gives you a pass. Receive the pass first. Or at the very least, put yourself in a defensive position just in case. No, you... Looks like me putting on a goddamn green. Friggin' moron. And 20 seconds in, yes, we would have liked to save. I saw all the Joseph Wall stuff. It's crazy that he gives up the first goal in 3 of the 4 games, but if we're going to hang this on Joseph Wall, we have bigger problems in our Leaf fan history. Yes, Wall played terrible, but pretty much half the team did. So, but in terms of stupidity, that was special. And it's in the back of the net, 1-0. We get a power play. Our power play has been atrocious. They can't get across the line. You got Nylander doing the dipsy doodles, not working hard. I'll give you Nylander's night for the night. William Nylander, 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 points, -1, 0 penalty minutes. Apparently, he threw a hit. If you could show me that, I'd love to know. Compared to Benoit's 11 hits. Well, you can have McCabe's night, 0 points, -2, and apparently 4 hits. Good for you. John Tavares won a draw, so he got a point. Good for you, Johnny T on the VOD by winning a draw. He was awful all game. But again, if because I'm an idiot, right? Because you Johnny Tay fans, tell me what line went up against Johnny T. Tell me what the line changes were. What line got there? Was that Braden Point against Johnny T? Couldn't have been, right? Nah. How did Johnny T finish tonight? Oh yeah, -1. Oh yeah, 2 shots on net. Good for you, Johnny T. Absolutely nothing. $11 million piece of garbage. But smarter than Jake McCabe. So you got that going for you, Johnny. Smarter than Jake McCabe. All right, 1-0. And then all of a sudden they win a draw, Morgan Riley to Austin Matthews, and we got 63. Now, I'm thinking 2 long shots on 2 goalies. Fair's fair. It's 1-1 going into the second period. Again, I thought Tampa Bay was awful. I couldn't believe how bad they were playing, and the Leafs didn't take advantage of it. So you're 1-1, but you need, like, what do you think? Tampa Bay was going to keep playing garbage all game? No, they weren't going to play garbage all game. And the next thing you know, we start the second period, and Braden Point. Now, I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind on this goal. Okay? Sheldon Keefe should be responsible for this. If you check the standings, Sheldon, if you check the standings, buddy, you're 4 points away from having home ice advantage in the first round. So I would think that's important with 2 games in hand. So if we win both games, you have an opportunity to get home ice advantage. Just putting it out there. That's what the stats say. You got Tampa Bay coming up a little. And now I think the announcers are moron. I'm going to get into the goddamn intermission bullshit. BS, my initials, in just a second. But if I'm not mistaken, trying out your 4th line against the best line on Tampa Bay, in terms of stupidity, is right up there with the hockey sense of Jake McCabe. This is not the time of year to try things. If you wanted to know, can your 4th line play against the first line? You don't need Albert goddamn Einstein to give you the answer. It's pretty clear that Tampa Bay, Braden Point, is going to dominate the 4th line of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And if you don't know that, they take the first face-off. Wall has to make a save. Change it up. No, I'm going to keep doing this experiment because I'm Sheldon Keefe and I want to experiment when we've got a chance to get home ice advantage. Why would I want home ice advantage? That's silly. The fact that Sheldon Keefe left the 4th line on for the first line, I know you can't fire a coach by now, but that's fireable. That is You're trying something out at this point of the season with home ice advantage being a possibility. And you go, you know what? I'm going to see how the 4th line reacts to the point line. Yeah, it worked out real well. 2-1. No one saw that coming. That didn't come down Broadway, right there in the middle of Broadway. No, couldn't see that coming. Great coaching, you piece of garbage. This is stupidity. Why are the Leafs always the stupid team? Why can't they be the smart team? They're stupid. I would love, instead of those announcers going, I think that's a great play to try that out. It's stupid. Craig Simpson is stupid. Why don't you ask Sheldon Keefe the question, are you a moron for putting that line out? Do you regret putting that line out? That should probably be a question. Might be one. Braden Point makes it 2-1. And then we go to the Jake McCabe show. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. It's going to be a 3-on-2. So what I'll do, because it's really smart, is I'll body check the guy and pinch on a guy at the red line to make it a 2-on-1. Because a 3-on-2 is a lot less dangerous than a 2-on-1. Let me do math. If I have 3-on-2, and I take away 1, and I put 2, then that's 2-on-1. Oh, wait. If I take another 1-on-1, that's a breakaway. Oh, great math, Jake. That's the stupidest pinch in the history of pinching. You play it back, and you have a 3-on-2. People that play hockey, 3-on-2 more dangerous than a 2-on-1? That's like saying a 2-on-1's less dangerous than a breakaway. You tell me which more dangerous. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe we should put a shooter-tutor in the net and it'd be 1-on-0. Jake McCabe with an absolute asinine pinch and leaves Salmon Benoit out to dry with his goalie. And Stamkos goes, oh, we should have got a save out of that. It's a goddamn 2-on-1, you idiots. I'm pretty sure Stamkos has this thing called he knows how to score, eh? I think he might have some goals. You really want to give Stamkos a 2-on-1? Like, that's the guy you want? Oh, Wall should have stopped it. Yeah. Should have. Hell, he should have stopped. Perfect. You know what? The other 500 guys that Stamkos scored on, they should have stopped that too, eh? It's a 2-on-1. He's looking for the pass. He doesn't know he's passing. It was a nice shot. And yeah, Wall might have overplayed the pass. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't have been a 2-on-1. It should have been a 3-on-2. But we got Jake McCabe. The name McCabe. Oh, there's Brian. Why do we need McCabes? Brian and Jake, both terrible defensemen. And who's the next McCabe coming up? Let's look in the minors. Find a kid with the name McCabe. He'll play goddamn defense for the Leafs and make me go crazy. After the 3-1 goal, who cares? Because the Leafs didn't even try. Ryan Reeves trying to stir some stuff up. I can't even blame Ryan Reeves in the fourth line for the nonsense that happened. They're paired up against Braden Point. Now, on that play, I have no idea where Brody's going. Brody's at the blue line. Point's out in front of the net, and Camp's looking at him. But at the end of the day, that's ridiculous. Name another coach in the history of coaches that would leave their fourth line out. By the way, not a good fourth line against the first line of the most dominant point scorer in the league. That line. Oh, please, some reporter have some brass tacks and ask Keith that question. Why are you a moron? Don't you regret doing stupid stuff? Shots on net were 29-25. Nicholas Paul got a goal at the end of the game. Who cares? That one maybe Wall should have had. Like 5 minutes left. Who cares? Reeves had a good fight. I will say at least Reeves, that's, I guess, what I expected when you signed the contract. Some good hits. Can't really blame him for the goal. But again, he doesn't have talent. But again, he fought, did what he needed to do. Fantastic. All right, now that I've lost my bloody breath on the Leafs, man, what a disappointing team. What a disappointing coach. What disappointing brains. Saturday, they get Montreal in Montreal. They got rest. Show up, for God's sakes. Put a goddamn effort. Hey, Nylander. Hey, Tavares. Well, sorry. I apologize. Tavares can't play hockey. Hey, Nylander. Nice to show up one every 20 games, eh, buddy? That'd be good if you could do that. That'd be awesome, eh, bud? Thanks. Get your 11.5, eh? Just like your dad. Just a weasel. Anyways, I will say this at the end, so I'm going to go a little rant here. I'm not going to really go on a rant. It's not really life has passed me by, from my understanding. Okay, I will say this: Sportsnet is awful announcers. I watch the games in Canada. I don't know if you're in Canada, but you get the games either on Sportsnet or you get them on TSN. So TSN has what I would refer to as good, a good panel. So there's a panel before the game that tell you, they give you the nonsense. It's all kind of nonsense. But you got James Duffy. Usually you got Cheryl Pounder, who's not a bad announcer. I can get into I'm not going to get into it because, it is what it is. Cheryl Pounder's there. You got Jeff O'Neill usually there. And you got one of their Drager, McKenzie, Corrado, I'm missing McLennan, Koliakovo. It doesn't matter. It's a good panel. It's a panel that sort of knows hockey. Sportsnet gives you Carolyn Cameron, Jennifer Botterill, Jamal Mayers, and Sam Constantino. In the history of moron, So Sportsnet, do you not know your demographic? Just calling it out there, eh? Like, what demographic do you think is watching a hockey game? Curious. You cater to a demographic that doesn't watch hockey. Again, I will keep, if you really, I'd love to give you my spiel. I'd really love to fire at you what I really, truly think. But I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to keep it high level. If you get some of my buddies, when we text back and forth, we go, I love to share the text. It's a YouTube channel. I've got to be careful with what I say. It is what it is. I'm not going to be too careful, but I can't say what I actually say. So, and the first period of intermission, they start talking about the Leaf game for, 2 seconds, because, heaven forbid, that's the game we're watching. No, they get into a New Jersey Rangers where it's a line brawl. Now, if I recall correctly, Rempe for the Rangers ran over like the entire Devils team and hurt 2 of their players. What did you think the Devils were going to do? Just, the Sportsnet panel says they should accept it, shake hands, and say, let's go get assists for Panarin. Oh, I can't wait to see how the puck dances around the ice. And really, as long as Rempe says sorry to us, that should be enough. Do you think that the fans that are watching Sportsnet panel think that? Your audience, the people that are watching, the commercials that come on afterwards, where you're trying to sell advertising and you're trying to make money by showing the game, because you pay rights for money, you're trying to make that back in commercials based on the business model. You think I want to hear an analyst say, I just think it's silly. I want to see the goal. They're not talking about Panarin's goals or Adam Fox having 14 points in 11 games. You're telling me the people in New York watching that game or hockey fans said, oh my God, it is a line brawl. I'm turning away. I cannot watch this. This is an embarrassment. That's what you're thinking that your fans are watching? The people that watch the channel, that's what they're thinking. What an embarrassment. It's not what they're thinking, you idiots. I would love to know Jeff O'Neill, Cheryl Pounder, and James Duffy's take on this. I think it would be much different because they know who their demographic is. People who watch hockey know what's going to happen. Do you know when the Devils threw McDermott on the ice and the Rangers matched it with Rempe? What did you think was going to happen? The guy got called out. What do you think he's going to do? Not fight? So what he should do is apologize? If I get that right, apologize. And we should get to the skilled players. That's great. So when Reeves got into a fight tonight, I'm sure everyone in the Toronto Maple Leafs, everyone there in the Toronto Maple Leafs, and by the way, it was a cathedral tonight. It was very, very quiet. Let's go back to Buffalo. But in the meantime, I'm sure they all sat on their hands and knees and told the kids, look away, look away. This is a fight. Look away. No one watched. No one wants to watch fighting. No one wants to make sure that people are held accountable when they injure other players. That's not acceptable. Not acceptable. Let's ban fighting. Let's get rid of it. I'm sure the league's going to ban fighting at some point. They will, because they're probably going to get on all these concussions and be, oh boy. And they're going to want to get away from all the harm and blame, which will then the stick work will increase. But hey, it is what it is. Man, oh man, Sportsnet. That is an embarrassing panel. Embarrassing. I don't know how you keep employing these people. What I will tell you is I've already on the Saturday night had to turn it off. The first period intermission is just, it's unlistenable. The first period intermission on a Saturday night, I would have begged for it over this one. At least I get like a little Kevin Bieksa stuff. That was insane. And I know Jamal Mayers probably thinks differently, but from my understanding, he got attacked by one of those. You can guess who it is. One of them about, oh my God, he meant to hit him in the face. That's just embarrassing. Whew. Know your audience, dude. I'm not much of a business person, right? I'm not much. But I know that if I'm going to sell a product, I'm going to sell to people that are watching the game. I'm going to try to cater it to the audience that has turned on the TV, because if I don't, what they're going to do is turn it off. And therefore, all those commercials that happened during the intermission, no one watching it. You lose money. Anyways, it is what it is. The Leafs stunk tonight. The announcing, Sportsnet, that is embarrassing. They stunk tonight. And now I'm going to bed and wait till Saturday against Montreal, where I'm sure, well, it can't be any worse after than that, but maybe Marner comes back. I don't know. Cheers.